It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone. And you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988, Minnesota Lifeline, for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
You want a healthier lifestyle, but how do you get started? Then stick with it. By listening to the Fitness Revolution podcast with Shay Sandifer, of course. Your journey to greater well-being starts now.
Hello, how is everyone? It's Coach Shay here with Fitness Revolution, and it's my favorite time of year. It's fall. I just love fall, y'all. I love that you can have a sweatshirt. I got a little shoulder action going on today and that the sun is out. It's a little crisp in the morning, which is great walking weather. And then it brightens up in the afternoon. And then after that, you get the cool where you can have a bonfire too. So love this weather. Usually it's great from now to the end of October. With that being said, we got to move, right? And I'm always talking about different way of movements. And as the season changes, obviously activities change. But I think this is some of the best time of year to go outside and do activities, because this is everything I still do to this day, all of these activities. So I think you should jump on this and get your pen and paper out so I can tell you what fall activities we're going to do this fall to keep moving and have fun. So one of my favorite holidays is Halloween. I am still a kid at heart. I love to dress up. I already know what my husband and our outfits are, costumes are, and he's so excited. He's not excited at all, but he's going to do it. But while we're doing that, we are going to go first, and he has not done this. You guys ready for this? He has never gone to a pumpkin patch and picked pumpkins. It's like, what? This is the best thing ever. So that's what we're going to do. We are telling you, I'm telling you, it's me too, we're going to the pumpkin patch, right? It has so many activities. So if you have kids, there's hay rides, there's corn mazes, inflatables, they have all types of things, right? And included in that is the second part, which is apple picking, right? They're usually go hand in hand. So if you're going to these pumpkin patches, you can go apple picking. The most fun. So you can pick your own apples if you haven't been to an apple orchard. They usually have apple cider. They've got apple donuts. They've got baked apple pie. They have all these variety of things. So you can get your pumpkins and your apples all in one location and have a family day. I love this because you can bring your mom and dad, you can bring the kids, you can bring your friends. It can be girlfriend day, a date day, but I love, love, love pumpkin patches and apple orchards. And I love how they're combining them together now. Another thing that I haven't done in years that we're going to do, because my husband has never seen the colors change in Duluth, right? Duluth, Minnesota, for those. So we are going hiking. He's so excited. Once again, he's not, right? But fall is a great time to hike. The weather is cooler, so you're not like sweating profusely. There are fewer bugs, which is always great. And the leaves are changing. So while that, you can take pictures, great fall pictures, and get that movement going, which we always want to do, right? We want to keep moving. Which the next thing is everyone knows my favorite, which would be farmers markets, right? So farmers markets, mine has ended. Thank you, Jesus. 20 weeks. We love that. But fall is a great time to go to farmers markets, right? This is when the produce, the local jams, pardon me, is great. The produce this time of year is great. The preserves, the baked goods. They also have pumpkins and apples usually at that time. There's a lot of soup too, right? So there's people that are making soup, getting you ready. You got your fresh, all that end of the year harvest. But this is a great time. It's cool. You're wrapping up farmers market, especially in Minnesota. It's just a few weeks left. But great morning time to go. And there's a lot of evening farmers markets right now. So I highly recommend those. Those are a great way to go out, have a little dinner at that time of year, or some soup and jams. Now, this is the next thing. This is something we won't be doing because neither one of us, my husband and I, will be doing this. But I hear it's great to do, which is camping. I only go camping in cabins, but people love to camp in the fall. The last time I camped on the ground was in college that I had girlfriends, but it was pretty. The changing of leaves. We also went hiking. It was a good chill in the air, bonfire, and all this stuff. So nice part about Minnesota, we have lots of parks with lots of activities like that you can go camp and do all that. Bonfire, my favorite. There is nothing better than after work, starting a little bonfire, having a glass of wine with a blanket over, with a little bit of music, and just sit in your backyard. Free 99 fun. You can't beat that. If the kids want, you can have them or they can go to bed. And friends love. I used to always have impromptu bonfires all the time. And people would come in the middle of the week. They loved it. So great way. Whether you have like a really nice one with the solo ones, those are great. Or you're just taking your local in your backyard branches and creating a bonfire. It's a great way to socialize with friends and family. Like I said, you can roast those marshmallows, tell the ghost stories, cozy up for a few hours, and have that great intimacy together in your backyard. One of my other favorites, which my husband will not do, is haunted houses, right? This is when everything comes out for Halloween. So they're everywhere. There's, especially in Minnesota, and obviously they always say go online to get your tickets to avoid the long lines and cheaper prices. But I love a good haunted house. Overall, are they really scary? No, they're not really scary, right? But it's a great way to get out and do all that. Another thing people are doing, I was going to say, is once you get all that, right, what our fall activities would be to make your own candy apples and to carve your pumpkins, right? So those are some simple fall things that I love that you could add into. And last but not least, well, two things. I got two more. A is tailgating for football, right? I can't leave that out. It's tailgating season. So great fall activity. It's usually fun. You can do it on a Sunday morning and then go about your day. But the last one is taking a wine tour. So this has become more popular here in the Midwest, right? As everyone knows, I love wine. I just went to wine country for my honeymoon. And so I love that now local wine people are having all this. So it's a beautiful time of year. So book that. Go take a little local wine trip. And whether you're here in Minnesota or Wisconsin, or whatever, there's so many areas you could go have wine. So I hope that was helpful for these fall activities and how you can get out, move, figure out what you're going to do. But this is what we want to do. We want fall activities to do with our friends. So as always, inhale the positive, exhale the negative. This is Coach Shay with Fitness Revolution. Keep moving. See you soon.
Check back next week for more on living your healthier lifestyle and share previous episodes of Shay's podcast with your friends. Log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Mark your calendar for October 17th. That's Open House Day at Summit Academy OIC. And that's where your next career begins. In just 20 weeks, Summit Academy can prepare you to be a medical administrative assistant, IT specialist, carpenter, electrician, or financial services professional. These are good paying jobs in high demand in the Twin Cities. Summit Academy will not only prepare you for a job with advancement opportunities, they'll help you connect with employers and hiring managers. That's right, Summit Academy has a list of local employer partners ready and eager to hire Summit graduates. At the open house, you'll meet Summit instructors and staff. These incredible people will guide you through the entire process, from application to graduation. And if you're looking to earn your GED, Summit can help with that. Come to Summit Academy's open house, located at 935 Olson Memorial Highway in North Minneapolis. Find out more at saoic.org. And we'll see you October 17th from 3 to 5 p.m.
Are you the parent or guardian of an adult with autism? If your loved one has no restrictions through court order, then they are eligible to vote. And you can assist them in many ways. Some citizens with autism don't like unfamiliar places and activities. These voters might prefer to cast their ballot at an early voting center. Leading up to Election Day, these early voting centers are less busy and less likely to require waiting. Early voting centers are open all over Minnesota, and you can vote there right now. Or you can request an absentee ballot to vote by mail. That's right, eligible voters can cast their ballots without ever leaving home. On Election Day, curbside voting is another option to make voting easy and comfortable. Election judges will bring a ballot directly to the vehicle with a person with a disability. Make a plan to support and assist your loved one with autism this election season, so they can participate and exercise their precious right to vote. You can find out more at mnvotes.gov. That's mnvotes.gov.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health Podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone, and you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988, Minnesota Lifeline, for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips, and it looks a certain way that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.